Hello, you probably pedal people, modeler people, all these people who probably know about the Quilter tone block, because in many videos that I've made about power amps and smaller amps and mobile solutions and all that stuff, everyone's like, well, I use a Quilter. How about the tone block? What do you think about the tone block? I could never answer that because didn't have a relationship with the company. Now I just reviewed another one of their products, and they reached out to me about that. And they also sent me a tone block 202 just to check out. So no money exchanges hands. They just sent me this product to check out. Didn't expect a video, but I'm like, look, why don't I just make a video? And it's not a full review, but just let you know my first impressions of this thing. So it is a rather lightweight, very small, very powerful transistor amp that's meant to be a platform for your pedal boards, your modeler, and so on. Does it rock by itself? Well, a little bit. But it's really just a vehicle to get your shit on stage and loud. Now, in this setup right here, I have a pedal board on the floor that you can't see. There's a tube screamer on it. There's an Archer on it, which is a clone, and a Galaxy from UA for some effects. In the effects loop of this, which is in the front, we have the TC2290. Guitar input is right here. There's an output, which you can switch between line and headphones when it is on line. It is a frequency compensated speaker simulation output, which sounds okay. Not bad at all. Not amazing, not what you can get with a modern IR, but not shit. In the back, there is the same thing as XLR. I just checked it out in the mixer over there, and that sounded like there was no speaker simulation or something on it. It felt weird. So you're supposed to use that when you're using it with a cab, because the XLR out will depend on the interaction with the actual cab. So there has to be a load on it for the XLR out to be really functional. If you're just using it without a cab, which you can, use the signal out. Further in the back, you've got your speaker out power, which is actually, if you use the included cable, which mine was an American cable, so I couldn't use it, actually clicks in and is secured. In the front, we got gain. There's a limiter, and these, gain is free, master is free. All these have little clickies, so you can easily find the right position again. See, they have notches. Buenos notches. Fine. Bass, middle, treble, that's frequencies. Reverb, again, buenos noches. And then 0 to 200 watt, that's crazy. We're going into the Synergy 212 V30 loaded cab, mic'd with an SM57 by Shure and a Royer R10 ribbon. Very typical combination for cabs. And later we're gonna check out the XLR out. We're also gonna run a Tonex into it because it's supposed to be working great with modelers, because that's why it has a FRFR setting. So I'm not quite sure about this. So in the front, you've got this voicing for the input. There's vintage, which is, the most amp-like. Then kind of like a full EQ, which is just more wide. Maybe if you're running with acoustic guitars and stuff like this. And then there's the FRFR. Full response, flat response, full, flat response, flat range response, full whatever. But that would mean that you're pumping this with speaker simulations into a PA type cab. But I'm not. This is usually going on to guitar cabs. So I'm not quite sure what that does. We're going to check it out with the Tonex with an actual cab, okay? I think the idea is that the tone block really doesn't color what's coming in, and is a very, very flat power amp in that sense, okay? But we're going to start right here. We got this Vola Oz TNC, beautiful guitar, link to Vola under the video, and a 5% coupon code. So we go cleans, which are just nice. how that works. Let's put the Galaxy in instead of this reverb. Very, very, very wide-ranging EQ, obviously. Okay, let's see the gain here all the way up. The screamer in. Not shit at all. Not at all. Very amp-like, very not dead and transistory. Nice. Limiter. Okay, you know, it limits. It can dig in harder if you want to. So it's a great sound, really. Now we're gonna go to the full Q. Bit less ampy. Honestly, if I make most of my sounds with my board, this is a very small, very lightweight, very loud option to take your board to a gig, amplify it behind the cab, on a cab, whatever cab is there, and have your board be the, center of attention, and this is the loudifier. I understand why people play these. Let's go to the FIFR thing. I'm going to plug into the Tonex, which has, stupidly, speaker simulation. So we're going to run a speaker into speaker. Not the best idea, but that's, I don't know. So, here we go. And now, my soldano. Not insanely great because I have the speaker simulation on, but if you're running a neural or whatever and you need to make it loud, this is a great solution because you still have EQ on it. You can take it to the FRFR setting and run that and turn the speaker simulation off. But you could also, if that goes up in smoke or something, or it hangs up on boot, which it sometimes does, then you could literally, with an overdrive pedal in front of it, finish the gig with the tone block. Oh, we never tried this. That wasn't a review, I just checked this out and I think I get why people use this. I don't think it's very sexy looking, I like the knobs kind of, but it serves a purpose as the louder maker for your board, as the louder maker for your modeler, as a DI solution, which it can do okay, and it's not the biggest weight, and if you're playing jazz and you need cleans and you don't need drive, this is killer. Transistor amp for jazz with some reverb, you don't need more than that. Pretty damn cool. So thank you, Quilter, for letting me check this out. Again, no money has changed hands, and they didn't even know I was going to make this video. So I'll link below to the appropriate places. I hope you enjoyed this, and animals at the end.